7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is good, guys? What is good? Yeah, I'm stuck at these lights here, commuting home from work. Looks like it's going to a thunderstorm. That's what they're calling for anyway. They had a 40% chance of thunderstorms. I looked at that as a 60% chance of clear skies. I like my odds. I'm a gambling man. But for real, you know, I noticed a motorcycle that a lot of people never, well, I shouldn't say never talk about. It's almost like just like the hardcore sport bike fans talk about. No one ever really mentions it. They mention Ducati, Honda, Yamaha. But what about MV Agusta? I'm not even going to lie that right now, I mean, before this was kind of like my dream bike. Now that I have this, my dream bike, and there's like no chance of me owning one, is actually an MV Agusta F4 RC 2019. Now 2019 is going to be the last year for MV making super bikes, which is a damn shame. They're going to focus on their, you know, 3-cylinder motorcycles that are passing the Euro 4 spec, and then who knows what they're going to come out with in the future, because the F3, 675, and the F4 models are all inline 4s. Absolutely gorgeous machines. But yeah, the 2019 MV Agusta F4 RC is definitely my dream bike. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not even gonna lie, I do like the F4RR as well, but there is huge differences between the models. So like the F4RR comes with 201 horsepower, and it weighs, I believe, 190 or 195 kilograms dry. So to put that in perspective, the RSV4 weighs 180 to 185 kilograms dry. With it wet, but with an empty tank, it comes in at 430 pounds, the RSV4. And then it has a 4.9 gallon fuel tank. And roughly, as an example, 5 US gallons of gasoline is roughly about 30 pounds. So you're looking at about 459 pounds for the RSV4, and that's like at 100 or 185 kilograms dry. So you can kind of get an idea of that, whereas F4RR is at 190, 195 kilograms dry. But the F4RC is 175 kilograms dry. So I mean, you could add, let's say, 50 pounds on that. No matter how you chalk it up, it's still lighter than the RSV4, because you're looking at a dry weight of just under 400 pounds for the F4RC. And another, I think it's a limited edition model they came out with of the F4RC, which is the Lewis Hamilton 44 edition. So it's got that nice like candy red paint. I mean, absolutely stunning. Me personally, I like the regular F4RC livery over the Lewis Hamilton edition. I feel like Lewis Hamilton's a little bit too flashy, kind of like I got money, and not so much like I like to go fast. You know what I mean? Like that kind of look. But the F4RC is still, I think, about a $40,000 or $50,000 motorcycle. So I mean, it's out of my price range. But the F4RC actually goes, I think, 302 kilometers an hour, and the F4RR goes, I believe like 196 kilometers or 296 kilometers an hour, sorry. So these things are beastly machines, just pure track weapons. The F4RC is literally a race superbike that's street legal, straight up, no ifs, ands, or buts. But now this one is way out of my price range. They're only making 100 of them, and it's to commemorate the man who started it all. And the limited edition of 100 they're making of the F4, yeah, it's the F4 Claudia. Absolutely beast. It's based directly off of the F4RC platform. So you're talking 212 horsepower, super light, but it has his signature all over. It's all black with, it's almost got like this gold or root beer colored rims and little accents all over it. Very gorgeous machine, but its price tag is about $83,000. So a little rich for my blood. Not that I even had a chance, even if I did have the money to buy one, since they're only 100. So you know, you probably got to be, you know, somebody of somebody to get your hands on that bike, one of those 100 bikes. But yeah, I don't hear a lot of people talking about MV Agusta, the F4RC, and that thing is absolutely stunning. The livery on it is epic. Just a gorgeous motorcycle, tons of power. I mean, oh man, I would love to just be able to throw my leg around one. There was actually a place not far from where I am right now, probably about 10 or 15 minutes, that I don't know if they still do. I think you can order them through them, but they sell MV Agustas, and I think they're basically to buy to order. They did have a couple on their floor and stuff like that, as they are a licensed dealer. But this was years ago, and now every once in a while, I think the only one that I see on the floor is, I think they have an F3. But that F4, my God, absolutely gorgeous. It's just hard to believe. I mean, you know, the F4RR, you know, you're talking 201 horsepower, 81 foot-pounds of torque. How much does it weigh again? You know, you're probably talking about 445 pounds wet. And then you got the F4RC, which is probably more like 420, 430 pounds wet. 85 foot-pounds of torque and 212 horsepower. That's absolutely fucking crazy. Crazy. You know, they also have ultralight, you know, forged pistons, titanium valves, and even the camshafts, compared to all their other models, the F4s have a completely different camshaft. I mean, it's just an amazing bike. Whenever I see one, I'm just like, damn. And another thing too I like about the F4RC is it actually has the Undertale SC exhaust. So it kind of has that real MotoGP look, and the reason they went with the Undertale exhaust with the F4 is actually because I know some people are like, well, you know, you get the center of gravity weight up, whereas normally you want to lower down to the ground, which is agreeable. But if you design the bike properly to have an Undertale exhaust, which is what the CBR 600 RR has done, and clearly MV for years, then that weight up high, you can design it so it's a little bit more equaled out, and it keeps the weight down low, a nice low center of gravity where it belongs. But the main reason MV Agusta does the Undertale exhaust is for wind drag. There's no wind drag when you have it under the tail, hidden away from everything. Which, even though you know you may have a poor, like a poorer center of gravity compared, if you design it properly, you're perfectly fine. You think of how nimble the CBR 600 RRs are. Now, there's a lot of things that we wish they would make better with those bikes, but you know, Undertale exhaust doesn't feel like it has a high center of gravity at all. But anyways, guys, that's it. MV4 or MV Agusta F4 dream bike, hands down. More specifically, the RC. And in second place, the F4RR. So, like I said, if you guys got a dream bike or any bike that you, you know, just would love to have, hit it up in the comments. I'm curious. I really am curious on everyone's different tastes in bikes. You know, we could all be riding the Aprilia RSV4s, but that doesn't mean we all have the same dream bike. You know what I mean? So you guys have a good one. Take care. Be safe. Shiny side up, guys. And try not to be an asshole. Peace.